Hey everybody, JR from JR's Cars here. Being that we have the Sonata back at the house, we're going to take a look at this thing and see if the engine is definitely dead or if it's just something else there. When I took a look at the codes the other day, I had a P1326. That one is definitely for the knock detection system. That one is retarding the engine from actually functioning past 1800 RPM, and the car I wouldn't even be able to drive. I tried driving it down the road, and there it was lucky that I got back to the house here. So I'm definitely not driving this thing anywhere until I figure out what's going on with it. The other code that I got was a P0014, which is the exhaust side VVT solenoid, the variable valve timing solenoid. Basically, it keeps the intake and the exhaust valves in time, and it can advance and retard the timing, to get you better gas mileage, things like that. Um, I want to take a look at that one and see if the exhaust VVT solenoid is bad. Um, while I take it out, being that they're oil driven, um, I can actually see if there's any metal shavings in it. And if I do see any metal shavings, that's a definite sign of just engine failure. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you where that solenoid is, how to get it out of there, and we'll inspect it to see if there's any kind of damage. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all that it is. And it's just the timing, and it's not an actual engine that needs to be replaced. So let's dig into this and we'll find out what's going on here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take this cover off of here. And so basically, you just take it and you pull up. There's 4 little clips that are in the bottom here that hold it into place. Pull them on each side. You can see where they clip in here. We'll just set this off to the side. And then this is where they attach to on the engine. All right, so what you're looking for, this one here, if you look right down in here, this one is the intake side. So this isn't the one that we would get if you had a problem with this one here. This is a P0011. We don't have that one, it's a P0044. So if you look on the back side here, you can take a look right there. That's the one that we're after. And this right here. So this is the exhaust side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the connector here. Then I'm going to take this out. If you look, I'll get you down in there. See, that's all that it is. I believe that's a 10 millimeter. You take that bolt out and then it should just slide right out of its position. So we'll do that right now. We'll take a look and see what we can get in here. Okay, so I got the connector off and I have the retaining bolt out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle this a little bit to kind of break it free. Then get my hand in here. Try to pull this out. And yeah, looks like I might need to get a screwdriver here to get behind it. To just get behind it and give it a little push to pry it out. Sometimes the O-rings in there seat pretty well inside the engine. And you got to pry them up a little bit just to break them free. So I'll be right back. I'll try and see if I can get that loose, and then we'll pull it out of there. All right, so I broke it free, and now we should be able to get this out of here without a problem. So let's slide that out. Take a look and see what it looks like. Well, that's definitely not what I wanted to see. The screen is going to catch all these metal shavings like that. For it to have those metal shavings in it, that definitely means that there's bearing damage. Well, that sucks. So you can see all the metal shavings on my finger here. That's definitely, that engine's done for. Those bearings are shot now. Well, was a valiant effort, but it's definitely needing an engine. Well, so I'm going to stop the video here because there's pretty much no point in going any further. Obviously, there's internal damage to the engine because there's definitely metal in it. I mean, at this point, I could drop the oil filter, cut the oil filter open, take a look at it, and see what else is in it. You know, but I'm sure I'm going to find more of these metal shavings in it. If we're just getting this little bit here on the controller here, the VVT controller, or the VVT solenoid, sorry, it's bound to be all through the engine. There's nothing you could do about that. All right, well, like I said, it was a valiant effort. It was a thought, but this definitely needs a new engine. So we're going to move on from it here. I've already reached out to Hyundai corporate and see what they would end up doing for me. I have not heard back from them yet. Obviously, with everything going on right now, I'm kind of waiting to see, you know, giving them a little bit of time because I understand how people are, you know, working from home or they're working on limited staff right now. I myself am going through that too. So I'll give them a little bit of time, but in the meantime, I definitely need to do something about another car because I can't just have one. You know, go with one vehicle at this point. Both my wife and I are both working still, and we have 3 kids, so we need to be able to get around. We're going to see what we can do, but I definitely already reached out to Hyundai corporate to see if they would do anything, if they would honor, you know, anything with the engine recall, being that I did have this recall done around 110,000 miles. And I was told by the dealership that everything was hunky-dory, ready to go, good to go, no problems. And here we are at 135,000, which is 15,000 over the extended. They had an original 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty on these. With the recall, they extended it to 120,000, 10 years, 120,000 miles. But I'm sitting now at 135,000. So, but it just depends on how much, you know, how much time, effort, you know, money I'm looking into spending into this. And, you know, first thing, of course, is just to find out what Hyundai wants to do for me, or if they're going to tell me to go to hell. We'll see. But I will keep you all posted, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe out there, everybody.